You also say the Holocaust didn't happen, don't you?
What do you mean by the Holocaust?
The massacre of millions of Jews.
There's no doubt that hundreds,
And you would
probably thousands of Jews were shot to death in Eastern Europe because they were, rightly or wrongly, seen as communists or potential partisans or partisan supporters. That was awful. But this nonsense about gas chambers is exposed as a total lie.
You're quite happy to foment racial tension in society.
No,
to get
racial
people
tension
fighting.
exists because people like you have created and encouraged a multiracial society.
What do you want to do, send them all home?
Yes.
You would force them to go whether they want to go or not, whether they were born here or not, wouldn't you?
Ultimately, yes.
There's a difference between selling out your ideas and selling your ideas. And the British National Party isn't about selling out its ideas, which are your ideas too, but we are determined now to sell them. And that means basically to use these saleable words, as I say, freedom, security, identity, democracy. Nobody can criticise them. Nobody can come at you and attack you on those ideas. They are saleable. Perhaps one day, once by being rather more subtle, we've got ourselves in a position where we control the British broadcasting media, then perhaps one day the British people might change their mind and say, yes, every last one must go. Perhaps they will one day. But if you hold it out as your sole aim to start with, you're going to get absolutely nowhere. So, instead of talking about racial purity, talk about identity.
Virtually all black people think in terms of someone else being black being their brother. Yeah, white, we don't think like that, most of our people. We think about me, we think about my family, at most we think about my country. Whereas black people around the world think about, yep, he's black, Obama's not black, he's half black. You could say he's white from their point of view, but no, he's got a bit of them. So they have this intense sense of ethnic identity and ethnic loyalty. So they'll all see, and if they see the most powerful job in the world, actually it's an economic basket case, so it's not going to be the most powerful job in the world, that's the leader of China. That's the most powerful job in the world, and will be more and more and more over the next few decades. But they'll see the most powerful job in the world has gone to a black man. That means there's nothing the black man can't do, which is unfortunate because the black men and women who aren't very clever, and I'm not saying it's all of them, I'm just saying some of them aren't very clever, the moment they can't get promoted because they're not actually very clever, they'll think, well, I'm being held back. I'm being discriminated against.
There's measures to set up some kind of force, or to help, say, the Italians, set up a force which actually blocks the Mediterranean, then we'd support that. But the only measure, sooner or later, which is going to stop immigration and stop large numbers of sub-Saharan Africans dying on the way to get over here, is to get very tough with those coming over. Frankly, they need to sink several of those boats. Anyone coming up with measures like that we'll support. But anything which is there as we need to do something about it, in the end, doing something about it means bringing him into Europe, we will oppose.
Well, I don't think the EU's in the business of actually murdering people at sea, but it's interesting that for somebody that wants withdrawal from the EU, you would support an EU frontier control agency and the strengthening of that. Is that what, if I understand you correctly?
Well, I didn't say anyone should be murdered at sea. I say boats should be sunk, they can throw them a life raft, and they can go back to Libya. But Europe has sooner or later to close its borders, or it's simply going to be swamped by the third world. This is the camp of the saints scenario. It's madness to let it go on.